Right. Deven Choksey is with us. Deven, good to have you on the program. Thanks very much for joining us. Sorry to come to you a little late today. I just wanted to sort of run through a few stocks quickly. IndusInd Bank, first up or down, huge volumes last 5-6 days. Net, last 4 days, stock still up about 15%. There was an EY story on the microfinance portfolio. What do you make of it?
Good morning, Prashant. Well, I think the overall the bad news is already out, and I think that's probably factored into the stock price. So not fully surprised about the move on the stock price, maybe led by some amount of short covering as well. However, to get the larger confidence into the business, I think one would like to see how various level of inquiries which are unfolding after a while. I think from the main episode, I think one needs to get a bit more clear handle on that subject. After which I think one could possibly look at the company afresh from investment point of view. Currently, in my understanding, among the corporate banks, the private sector banks, the larger ones are relatively holding the ground much better. They are probably having the larger growth program in place, likes of ICICI, likes of HDFC. I think having a larger growth rate in the AUM as well in mid to higher double digits. And that too, I will believe that I think we're coming with good amount of need. So we believe that I think the companies which are better off, I think at this point of time, should be preferred in the portfolio vis-a-vis buying into uncertainties in IndusInd Bank at this point of time.
Okay, so buy into the uncertainty perhaps. Deven, hi, good morning. I wonder if you've looked at Waaree Industries, whether this is a company that's been on your radar. The numbers, at least in the fourth quarter, look very, very good.
Yes, absolutely. So, good morning. I think this company definitely deserves to be seen and seen with a greater amount of details. I think they are systematically moving forward in the entire ecogen system of the solar power manufacturing, particularly, and going forward into the other segment of renewables as well. But more importantly, getting purely into the backward integration with the technology into producing the high yield solar wafers, which goes into the panels. So from that particular point of view, if you look at this company, it looks, I think, relatively much stable. Not too sure about the valuation at which the stock is quoting currently, because that remains slightly on the premium side or expensive side, as I always say that. But otherwise, the program looks quite interesting from the point of view of achieving the higher growth, at least for next 2 to 3 years. We are seeing a good clarity and visibility in the business.
And just because we're talking about it, I mean, as a comparable between something like a Premier Energies and Waaree, because both are playing in that renewables energy space, which one would you prefer?
So Waaree we have studied. So at least at this point of time, the bias is clearly for Waaree. I think Premium Energies we have not studied enough. So honestly, I think we would not give any preference at this point of time to Premium Energies vis-a-vis Waaree.
Any thoughts on two other numbers, Havells, if you've taken a look at it, and AU Small Finance Bank, Deven?
I haven't looked at in detail, Prashant. I think no cursory of the numbers have already happened. And Havells in particular look, I think, relatively more stable and interesting from now on as well. On one count, I think we are having the early summers. We are having a good amount of white goods industry business, I think, getting started for most of the companies. Have already started actually, in fact, February itself this year. And we are seeing the softening of the commodity prices, which is helping them on the margin front. So certainly both these factors are working good. Maybe June ended quarter for the current financial year should show a reasonably good jump in the performance for likes of Havells in the FMEG space.
Okay, all right, got that.